Happy New Year to you all. I'm going to introduce a very interesting investment right after this brief summary of 2022, so please don't turn me off. Last January, the Federal Reserve said they needed to stop inflation, curb inflation. And let's be clear, the inflation that they want to curb was caused by them in the first place. They now say that the inflation they caused, which did create a huge cycle, boom cycle, needs to be curbed by raising interest rates. So in 2022, at every single Fed meeting, they raised interest rates. And in my opinion, the effect of raising rates this fast has yet to be seen in stock prices and in our economy unless they change course and lower rates again, which would create another problem. But I believe the relationship between raising rates this fast and its effect on the economy is akin to stopping an oil tanker. Do you know that it takes 10 miles for an oil tanker to stop from cruising speed? This is like the economy. It takes time. The Fed says they're not done raising rates even. And what they've already done, in my opinion, has not had its full effect on our economy. One more point. The stock market represented by the S&P 500 index has never had a down year preceding a 20% decline year. And last year was a 20% decline year. The last time the market lost again after a 20% decline year was the Great Depression in the 1930s. Will that be this year? Secondly, since 1960, the market has never had a negative year from mid-November midterms to the following November. It's an interesting statistic. So if the market has a losing year this year in 2023, it will be the first in a long, long time. All these facts are confusing. Will interest rates and the other headwinds we face be a non-issue in 2023 and the market goes up? Or will we have our second down year for the first time since the Great Depression and buck the midterm trend established in 1960? No one knows, but I have an investment that I believe makes sense for a portion of your portfolio based on the confusing situation we find ourselves. These investments are called structured notes. The structured notes I'm looking at are offered by the largest A-rated banks in the world. So the only risk of losing is a bank default. The only large bank that I know of in our lifetimes was Lehman Brothers that failed in the 2008 financial crisis. So what is a structured note? Well, I think the best way to explain them is to give you an example. There are many different options with structured notes, but in order to keep this video from being too long, I'll give two examples. We can personally discuss other examples if you'd like. So, the first structured note starts February 1st, 2022, and your money is tied up for 18 months, like a CD. It's based on the S&P 500, so it's very easy to track. You cannot lose a dime. So if the market is lower in 18 months, your money is safe. On the upside, you get 2 times what the S&P 500 returns up to a 17% cap. So in summary, you can't lose money, but you're capped at making 17%. That's a pretty good return for having your principal completely guaranteed over 1.5 years. Like I say, there's many of these, and I'll just give you an example of another one that's interesting. So this next example is slightly more complicated, but you can earn money if the S&P goes down or the S&P goes up to a point. You tie up your money on this one for just over 12 months, and if the S&P 500 is down 15%, 10%, 5%, less than 15, you earn whatever it's down, up to a 15% loss. If the S&P 500 is up 8% or less, you get double that amount, capped at 15%. So you make money if it goes up or down. The only loss that would ensue is if the S&P 500 is down more than 15%. If so, you'd lose 15% and nothing more. So these are just investments that you know your upside, you know your downside. They're on the major indexes, so you can look to see how they're performing. They're extremely safe because they're put out by A-rated banks, Credit Suisse, BP Barnabas, which is one of the largest banks, safest bank in Europe, among other very large banks. So that's it. If you'd like to have a conversation about this further, happy to talk with you. Some of you I haven't talked to in a while. Jeanette will reach out and we can set an appointment to chat if you'd like. I hope you're having a great new year so far, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.